Maybe you have not yet quite understood what we are and what we want. Imagine, in the melancholic and stagnant republic of literature and arts, a group of absolutely rebellious and destructive young people who are tired of adoring the past, sick of academic pedantry, avid for reckless originality, yearning for an adventurous, energetic, and daily heroic life, to clear up the Italian soul from that mass of prejudices, of platitudes, of respect, and of veneration that we call pacifism. All in all, anarchists in art, that is what the Futurists are. On the 20th of February 1909, Filippo Tommaso Marinetti published a manifesto of Futurism in Le Figaro, a French daily newspaper. The manifesto was penned from Italy and sought to free her from the numberless museums that cover her like so many graveyards. It continued to outline that the world has been adorned by a new beauty, the beauty of speed, and that war has been the world's only hygiene. It sees militarism, patriotism, and the destructive gesture of freedom bringers as beautiful ideas worth dying for. Later it declares that we want no part of it, the past, we, the young and strong futurists. This hyperbolic rhetoric of violent speed and youth inspired a number of artists in Italy. The revolutionary nature of the manifesto gave them a new voice to politicize their art. Their art served as a representation and celebration of the engine that pioneered the turn of the 20th century. They sought to glorify the dynamism, destruction, and noise that accompanied these machines. Its fascination with movement and the rejection of traditional art forms became the distinctive qualities of the Futurist movement. It was during this same period that Mussolini became disillusioned with socialism, due to the inaction of the proletariat to unite across Europe in the wake of the First World War. To Mussolini, nationalist sentiments had not been transcended through the ideas towards class warfare. If so, then change can only be achieved through the nation. Marinetti's view that Italians are possessed of a will to conquest and adventure allowed Mussolini to utilize the images and ideology of futurism to help represent a rejection of the past and the current status quo, European liberalism and democracy, all in the name of Italy. The futurist glorification of war and violence also helped to legitimize the conflict that ensued during the rise of fascism. The futurist movement was synonymous with fascism, as was its fall.
Sintesi musicali futuriste di Aldo Giuntini.
The Futurists presented themselves in a variety of ways. Their films explored the obscure, the mechanisms of industry, and the movement of the body, rather than narrative as a tool for captivation. The music of Futurism was closely associated with Luigi Russolo, a Futurist painter, who is defined by his 1913 Futurist manifesto, The Art of Noise, which takes the form of a letter to Balilla Bratella, the leading Futurist composer. Russolo declares that musical sound is too restricted in a variety of its tones, that the most complicated orchestra can be reduced to 4 or 5 categories of instruments. Instead, Russolo would focus on noise. He believed that life was silent before the advent of machines, that the noise they brought with them reigned supreme over the human senses. Futurist music sought to utilize the crash, bang, rhythm of noise by moving away from conventional instruments. 6 alternative groups were suggested by Russolo, as well as the processes and dynamics of how to create different pitches and techniques in audio through these new groups. The art of noise presented itself as a necessary evolution of human sensibility that could only be achieved through the artistic fantasy of futurism.